It sounds like so much of eating safely is being able to communicate well with servers and restaurant staff, to just ensure and ask the right questions. And I just wondered if you had any particular tips about ways to interact positively with your server, maybe the staff themselves, the chef, just how to really communicate well and make sure that you are eating safely.
Oh, you know what, Julie? That's an excellent point because it really is all in the communication. I had alluded to it before, as far as about saying, is this gluten free? The first thing that I recommend, and the first thing that I do when I go into a restaurant, is that I let the waiter know that I say, and instead of saying I'm celiac, because most people still don't understand what celiac is, I say I'm allergic to gluten and wheat, so therefore I can't have any bread, I can't have any flour, and I'm allergic to dairy, so I can't have any milk and I can't have any butter. I don't get into fish, shellfish. I don't get into any of that. Just to, because gluten and dairy are not that they're my biggest concerns, but I know like what has fish and shellfish in it.
Right.
So that's the first thing that I do is I communicate what my food concerns are. Now, some people like to call ahead and let them know. I typically don't because I don't know where I'm going to be eating at the time, and so it just kind of depends on what my friends and I feel like eating. The other thing that I always recommend is, again, instead of saying, is this gluten-free? Are these fries gluten-free? Well, they're potatoes. Of course they're gluten-free. Asking it in restaurant terms, so saying, are your fries fried in the same fryer as your onion rings or your chicken fingers? Or, is your chicken flour dusted? Or, um, do you use packaged seasonings in your hamburgers? Do you put breadcrumbs in your hamburgers? What you're doing is that you're getting into terminology that the restaurant understands. And a lot of times when I ask it that way, the server will go back and they'll say, just a second, you know what, truthfully, I don't really know. And then they'll come back out and they're like, oh, you know what, we do use packaged seasonings, or, we do marinate that in soy sauce. And so, again, knowing what those ingredients in food preparation and where hidden, the gluten and wheat may be hidden or other food concerns may be hidden, that's really what the key is.